April light on your coat, quiet gold, soft and close. You were standing by the corner where the florist meets the train, holding one small paper bag against the wind that smelled like rain. And the evening had that fragile kind of brightness after storms, when even traffic seems to move more slowly through the air. A pedal caught against your sleeve and stayed there through the block. You didn't see it, but I did, and somehow could not look away, because the light had found your shoulder like it knew exactly where. A tired heart might learn to rest. No sudden song, no blazing sky, just one soft hour walking by. The April light stayed on your sleeve, like spring had chosen where to be, like all the warmth that missed me in the winter had finally found my street. The April light stayed on your sleeve, and something quiet changed in me, not loud enough for anyone to notice, but enough to let me breathe. Crosswalk clicked, the buses hissed, the city kept its pace, but inside that ordinary dusk, the world had changed its face. You tucked your hair behind your ear and asked me something small about the bread we should have bought before the market closed. And I remember thinking then how love might truly start, not as a storm, not as a fire, but as a tender, a petal light, a passing glance, a sleeve brushed into gold, and all the cold beginning to release. No sudden song, no blazing sky, just one soft hour walking by. The April light stayed on your sleeve, like spring had chosen where to be, like all the warmth that missed me in the winter had finally found my street. The April light stayed on your sleeve, and something quiet changed in me, not loud enough for anyone to notice, but enough to let me breathe. I still think of that evening when nothing grand occurred, and yet the world grew gentler in the space between two words. How a life can tilt so slightly toward the good, toward the kind, when the season leaves one bright thing for your heart to recognize. The April light stayed on your sleeve, like spring had chosen where to be, like all the warmth that missed me in the winter had finally found my street. The April light stayed on your sleeve, and something quiet changed in me, not loud enough for anyone to notice, but enough to let me breathe. April light fading slow, still it lingers where you go. pear blossoms, white as air, wooden bench, waiting there. At the edge of the small public garden near the library, there's a bench beneath the pear trees where the petals fall like snow. Not the winter kind that silences the world with weight and warning, but the kind that lands so lightly it feels almost like forgiveness. I sat there with my coffee going cool between my hands, while sparrows argued softly in the hedge beside the path. And for the first time in a long while, nothing seemed to ask for more from me than just to stay. White petals turning through the breeze, even the ache moves gently here. On a bench beneath the pear blossoms, I let the heavier thoughts come loose, watch them drift away. The petals drifted without needing to hold them down. On a bench beneath the pear blossoms, I found a quieter kind of truth, that spring does not erase the sorrow, it only teaches it to breathe. The pigeons from a folded paper sack. A student closed her book and looked a long time at the sky. Somewhere close, a child was laughing hard enough to ring the air, and all of it was simple in the way that good things are. I thought of all the winters I had carried past their time, rooms I kept shut tight, the words I never let grow warm, and how this small white weather falling through the afternoon could make the whole world feel less hard. White petals turning through the breeze, even the ache moves gently here. Bench beneath the pear blossoms, I let the heavier thoughts come loose, watch them drift away. The petals drifted without needing to hold them down. On a bench beneath the pear blossoms, I found a quieter kind of truth, that spring does not erase the sorrow, it only teaches it to breathe. Not every healing needs a witness, not every prayer needs a name. Sometimes a bench, a tree, some blossoms are enough to change a day. On a bench beneath the pear blossoms, I let the heavier thoughts come loose, watch them drift away. The petals drifted without needing to hold them down. On a bench beneath the pear blossoms, I found a quieter kind of truth, that spring does not erase the sorrow, it only teaches it to breathe. Pear blossoms, white as air, wooden bench, still waiting there. Corner market, morning bell, tea lips glowing by the till.
grocer put tulips by the register in April, in a chip green bucket by the gum and lottery slips. And somehow all the milk and bread and canned soup looked less tired, like the whole shop had remembered how to smile. Outside the parking lot was still half puddles, half old grit. A cart rolled loose against the curb, a truck unloaded oranges. But in that fluorescent little store beside the avenue, those tulips made the season feel official. Red and yellow, pink and white, spring walked in under store lights. The grocer put tulips by the register, and every ordinary thing grew soft. The receipt paper, the coins, the tired hands, all touched by color for a while. The grocer put tulips by the register, and I swear the whole block changed that day. Like hope can stand in a metal bucket and still be beautiful. A woman by an egg smiled longer than she meant to. A man in work boots picked the cheapest bunch and took it home. A child reached up and brushed one petal with one careful finger, like he thought it might be made of air. I stood there longer than I needed, with my basket in my arm, thinking how the smallest bright thing can reteach a room its warmth. How beauty does not always wait for parks or fields or poems. Sometimes it blooms beside the chewing gum. Red and yellow, pink and white, spring walked in under store lights. The grocer put tulips by the register, and every ordinary thing grew soft. The receipt paper, the coins, the tired hands, all touched by color for a while. The grocer put tulips by the register, and I swear the whole block changed that day. Like hope can stand in a metal bucket and still be beautiful. No grand garden, no open hill, just a neighborhood store and a bright windowsill. But sometimes that is where the season reaches first. The grocer put tulips by the register, and every ordinary thing grew soft. The receipt paper, the coins, the tired hands, all touched by color for a while. The grocer put tulips by the register, and I swear the whole block changed that day. Like hope can stand in a metal bucket and still be beautiful. Corner market, morning bell, tulips glowing by the till. Chain link fences, evening blue, wind through the outfield, moving through. The boys were packing up their gloves beneath the bleachers, their voices carrying farther in the thin and warming air. The dirt was gold where daylight held a little longer on it, and dandelions pressed against the fence in rows. I stood alone along the third base line and watched the flags bending, straightening the May wine like they couldn't make up their minds. And something in that restless field felt almost like my heart, half wanting stillness, half wanting to run. Late game light, cool spring sky. Some things leave, some things stay. There was wind through the baseball field in May, and it moved through me the self-same way, lifting dust and old thoughts both at once till the whole evening felt unpinned. There was wind through the baseball field in May, and I thought of every life I didn't stay. But the grass was green, the sun was low, and for once I did not need to know. A paper cup rolled slowly by the dugout and got caught near the chalk line where a coach had drawn the inning hours before. A father folded up a blanket in the highest row alone, and the scoreboard lights came on without a sound. There are seasons that remind you life is not a straight bright road, but a field with weather passing over dirt and grass and hope. And still somehow the evening keeps its shape around your name long enough for peace to reach you. Late game light, cool spring sky. Some things leave, some things stay. There was wind through the baseball field in May, and it moved through me the self-same way, lifting dust and old thoughts both at once till the whole evening felt unpinned. There was wind through the baseball field in May, and I thought of every life I didn't stay. But the grass was green, the sun was low, and for once I did not need to know. Not every answer comes in words. Some arrive as fences, flags, and birds as one last game under a blue that won't quite fade. There was wind through the baseball field in May, and it moved through me the self-same way, lifting dust and old thoughts both at once till the whole evening felt unpinned. There was wind through the baseball field in May, and I thought of every life I didn't stay. But the grass was green, the sun was low, and for once I did not need to know. Chain link fences, evening blue, wind through the outfield, moving through. Pharmacy window, red and bloom, geranium color against the gloom. Rolling along the pharmacy, looked tired on that corner. Flew posters taped to fading glass, a bell that barely rang. But sometime near the middle of April, without announcement, someone set bright geraniums all along the sill. And passing by, you could not help but look a second longer at how that fierce and ordinary red stood up to everything. The traffic spray, the gray cement, the ache of waiting rooms, and made the whole block feel more child and watch the buses pass. An old man with a paper bag held the door open too long, just staring at the flowers like they meant something to him. I think they did. I think bright and living things can meet us where we are, not only in the parks and pretty squares, but near the places where we carry prescriptions, fear and quiet private news, and still need some reason to go on gently. Red against the rainy day, like a pulse that would not fade. The pharmacy window filled with geraniums, and suddenly the street felt less alone, as if the world had left a candle burning where people came for bandages and sleep. The pharmacy window filled with geraniums, and I believe in small repair again, that even where the body comes for mending, spring can place a little No miracle, no sweeping cure, just flowers in a window, making one hard hour more bearable, and that can be enough. The pharmacy window filled with geraniums, and suddenly the street felt less alone, as if the world had left a candle burning where people came for bandages and sleep. The pharmacy window filled with geraniums, and I believe in small repair again, that even where the body comes for mending, spring can place a little Pharmacy window, red and bloom, some hope arrives against the gloom.
Paper handles, red-stained hands, late spring market, weekend plans. We carried strawberries home in paper bags through late May light. Their scent rose warm and green and sweet each time the breeze turned right. You held yours close against your chest like it contained something fragile, more than fruit, more like the whole day itself. The sidewalk shone from yesterday's brief rain, and passing clouds in every parked car caught the trees in trembling pieces on the hood. There are afternoons that seem designed to keep inside the body long after they are gone. Sun on the crosswalk, red in the bags, everything simple, everything glad. We carried strawberries home in paper bags, and the whole street tasted like beginning, like clean hands, open windows, and a kitchen filling slowly with the color of a kinder season. We carry strawberries home in paper bags, and you laughed when juice ran down your thumb. Some days stay because they ask for nothing but to be carried home. Upstairs the fan was turning lazy circles through the room. You rinsed the berries in a bowl and left them right beside the sink. I watch the afternoon lean gold across the checked tablecloth, while traffic softens somewhere far below. You said, let's not make anything complicated out of this. And by this I think you meant the fruit, the light, maybe the love. How spring can teach the heart that joy is sometimes plain and red, and best when shared before it spoils. Sun on the crosswalk, red in the bags. Everything simple, everything glad. We carry strawberries home in paper bags, and the whole street tasted like beginning. Like clean hands, open windows in a kitchen, filling slowly with the color of a kinder season. We carry strawberries home in paper bags, and you laughed when juice ran down your thumb. Some days stay because they ask for nothing but to be carried home. Not every memory needs a grand event. Sometimes love survives in small ripe sweetness on a weekend table under spring light. We carried strawberries home in paper bags, and the whole street tasted like beginning. Like clean hands, open windows in a kitchen, filling slowly with the color of a kinder season. We carry strawberries home in paper bags, and you laughed when juice ran down your thumb. Some days stay because they ask for nothing but to be carried home. Paper handles, red stained hands. Some springs live in simple plans. Church bell evening, leaves just born, a blue sky thinning toward the storm. The church bell rang over the new leaves just after 6, and all the branches trembled with that sound above the square. People crossing home from work looked up for only half a breath, then kept on moving with their groceries and umbrellas. But I stood still beneath the sycamores beside the path, and felt the hour gather all at once. The bell, the light, the leaves, the sense that spring was not just color, warmth, or birds returning, but time made visible in air. A bell can show what words do not, how life keeps opening while it passes. The church bell rang over the new leaves, and the whole evening widened in my chest, like something ancient blessing something tender, like old stone speaking softly to the green. The church bell rang over the new leaves, and I remembered I was still alive, still here to hear the world grow brighter,
a time. Near the bakery, children chased each other through the crumbs of life. An old bicycle leaned against a wall of ivy and a wet brick. A woman shook a tablecloth out from a second-story window, and flour drifted down like pale spring dust. There are moments when the ordinary world feels almost holy, not because it stops being plain, but because it keeps being plain, while holding such impossible detail in one tender hour. You cannot help but call it grace. A bell can show what words do not, how life keeps opening while it passes. The church bell rang over the new leaves, and the whole evening widened in my chest, like something ancient blessing something tender, like old stone speaking softly to the green. The church bell rang over the new leaves, and I remembered I was still alive, still here to hear the world grow brighter, one clear note at a time. Not every prayer is spoken aloud. Some are only listening while the day turns gold, and letting that be enough. The church bell rang over the new leaves, and the whole evening widened in my chest, like something ancient blessing something tender, like old stone speaking softly to the green. The church bell rang over the new leaves, and I remembered I was still alive, still here to hear the world grow brighter, one clear note at a time. Church bell evening, leaves just born, some light remains after the storm. River path after rain, yellow umbrella by the rail. Someone left a yellow umbrella by the river path at dawn, folded closed against the bench as if they meant to come right back. But the path stayed empty except for cyclists, reeds and birds, and the umbrella kept its color through the gray. There was something strangely human in that bright forgotten thing, like a small unfinished sentence in the middle of the morning, and the river moved beside it with the patience rivers have for all the things we leave behind. Rain goes on, clouds move through, but one bright mark remains in view. A yellow umbrella left by the river path held the whole wet morning in its frame, like a little flag of someone's private weather, still glowing after they were gone. A yellow umbrella left by the river path made me think how spring remembers us, in colors, objects, traces, tiny stories that never tell their end. kept on toward the bridge. Two ducks crossed through the rushes with the indifference of ducks, and I stood longer than I meant to in my coat beside the rail, listening to shoes and water trade their sounds. It made me think of all the lives that touch and slip away, the names we almost learned, the days we almost understand, and how a simple yellow thing beside a rainy river can make the world feel briefly full of longing. Rain goes on, clouds move through, but one bright mark remains in view. A yellow umbrella left by the river path held a whole wet morning in its frame, like a little flag of someone's private weather, still glowing after they were gone. A yellow umbrella left by the river path made me think how spring remembers us, in colors, objects, traces, tiny stories that never tell their end. Not every feeling needs a reason. Summarize in passing colors by the water in the spring. A yellow umbrella left by the river path held the whole wet morning in its frame, like a little flag of someone's private weather, still glowing after they were gone. A yellow umbrella left by the river path made me think how spring remembers us, in colors, objects, traces, tiny stories that never tell their end. River path after rain, yellow umbrella still remains.
Rust on the latch, soil on her shoes, a yard just waking under blue. Your mother opened the garden gate barehanded in late March, as if the winter had no final claim on what she meant to grow. The ground was still a little hard, the rosemary looked tired, and last year's stems stood brittle near the stone border. She did not speak much while she worked, just pushed her sleeves above her elbows, bent to lift the broken pots and clear the leaves from every bed. But there was something in the steadiness of how she moved that made the yard seem already green. Some people pray with folded hands, and some with seed packets and garden tools. Your mother opened the garden gate barehanded, and spring arrived the way it often does, not as a song or a sudden field of color, but as work done with love and cold soil. Your mother opened the garden gate barehanded, and I saw where some of your kindness came from the way she trusted buried things to rise when warmth returned. She found the tulip tips before I could, and smiled just with her mouth. pointed with two muddy fingers and said, "See, they remember." The kettle whistled in the kitchen, through the screen door left ajar. The radio murmured weather from the sink. And in that yard with sparrows in the gutter and thaw beneath our boots, I understood that hope is not always bright or effortless. Sometimes it looks like someone clearing dead stems in cold air, 'cause they believe the roots are still alive. Some people pray with folded hands, and some with seed packets and garden tools. Your mother opened the garden gate barehanded, and spring arrived the way it often does, not as a song or a sudden field of color, but as work done with love and cold soil. Your mother opened the garden gate barehanded, and I saw where some of your kindness came from the way she trusted buried things to rise when warmth returned. Forget the tea, the hour, the cloud shape overhead, but not her hands in the thawing dirt, not the first green found near the stones. Your mother opened the garden gate barehanded, and spring arrived the way it often does, not as a song or sudden field of color, but as work done with love and cold soil. Your mother opened the garden gate barehanded, and I saw where some of your kindness came from the way she trusted buried things to rise when warmth returned. Rust on the latch, soil on her shoes. Some springs begin with someone who does not quit.
Hallway quiet, fluorescent hum, rain on the stairwell, evening come. When the apartment hallway smelled like rain and soap one evening, someone had just mopped the floors and someone else came in with wet coat. And from an open door down past the mailboxes and bicycles came garlic, onion, and the sound of television. It was such a small and ordinary kind of spring. No blossom storm, no violet dust, no cinematic skyline, just damp shoes, clean tile, voices through the walls, and the season entering through shared air. Sometimes spring does not arrive in gardens, sometimes it lives between neighbors and door frames. When the apartment hallway smelled like rain and soap, I felt the whole building soften for a while, like every tired room behind each numbered doorway had opened 1 inch toward the light. When the apartment hallway smelled like rain and soap, I thought of all the people learning how to live through bills and dishes, codes and weather, and still making space for spring. A boy ran past in socks and nearly slipped, then laughed too hard. A woman shook an umbrella twice and smiled an apology. Someone farther down was carrying a potted plant upstairs, with both hands wrapped around the plastic base, and suddenly the hallway seemed less like passage, more like proof that lips can touch in little ways and leave each other warmer. That even buildings made of concrete wires, dust and rules can hold a tender season in their lungs. Sometimes spring does not arrive in gardens. Sometimes it lives between neighbors and door frames. When the apartment hallways smell like rain and soap, I felt the whole building soften for a while. Like every tired room behind each numbered doorway had opened 1 inch toward the light. When the apartment hallway smelled like rain and soap, I thought of all the people learning how to live through bills and dishes, codes and weather, and still making space for spring. Maybe that is what moves me, not the postcard version, but the real one. Wet shoes, a mop bucket, a borrowed smile, a plant carried upstairs, and some clean air after rain. When the apartment hallway smelled like rain and soap, I felt the whole building soften for a while. Like every tired room behind each numbered doorway had opened 1 inch toward the light. When the apartment hallway smelled like rain and soap, I thought of all the people learning how to live through bills and dishes, coats and weather, and still making space for spring. Hallway quiet, fluorescent hum. Some springs enter where people come